24-hour digital surround sound that has nothing to do with CNN, has nothing to do with any stuff that we do. I got a teenage son. I asked him, who are the most influential people in the world today? I'm thinking to myself, he's going to say Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z. He says, Kai Cent, Aiden Ross, Jinxie, and Sketch. I don't know who he's talking about. I said, what platforms are you on? He goes, I'm on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I said, that sounds like you need to go to the hospital. What are these platforms? I'm telling you guys, the mainstream has become fringe, and the fringe has become mainstream. There are platforms, there are people out there that are getting 14 million streams, and we're on cable news getting 1 or 2 million. And so there is a whole world out there. Kellyanne Conway, I hate to agree with her, but I do a lot of times. Donald Trump understood that and we didn't. And that's not just Democrats that don't. The entire political class is way off, way off, way off. We're pushing people out of this party. And the last thing I'll say is, I hate all these people, the anti-woke, the anti-this, the anti-that, but you got to look in the mirror at a certain point. We've had 5 movements in a row in our party that rely on dehumanizing binaries, where you're putting down some people to lift somebody else up. I love all our movements, but there's a moral flaw when every movement's got to put somebody down. Black Lives Matter, all white people are racist. That is not going to work.
Okay.
No, hold on a second. That is in fact a part of the ideology that subconsciously there's unconscious bias, and the way that lands though for people is you're calling them names. There's got to be a better way to say it.
About the media, I keep open as a window on my laptop Jeff Bezos' Washington Post op-ed. I think that beyond, we're not going to endorse in the presidential race, and people had a hissy fit and quit and cancel their subscriptions because they have this expectation that the media are emotional about Donald Trump, Major, that everybody will be Jim Rutenberg, one of your colleagues at the New York Times, who in August of 2016 wrote a piece basically saying, Maggie, listen, I'm supposed to be objective and fair and unbiased, but the prospect that we can even have Donald Trump as president means I have to stop this. I feel this time...
I'm sorry, Jim, you're saying Jim Rutenberg wrote a piece saying that?
Yes, in August of 2016. In other words, like...
That doesn't sound like Jim Rutenberg, I know, and I can't say... I'd have to go back and look at what you're saying. Jim Rutenberg's an excellent colleague and an excellent reporter.
He is. I'm not criticizing him. I'm saying that this time, I think a lot of people in the media took that mantle, and they said to themselves, I have to stop Trump. It's my moral obligation to stop this person and call him names. And so Democratic Party right now, every day they wake up, it's still January 6, 2021 on the calendar, they get an electric vehicle, they get an abortion. You're out of touch with the public. This election was a rejection of wokeness, and every state went more red except Nebraska and Washington State. That is a sweep. That is a mandate. That is President Trump coming into office and the American people saying, please make my life safer, more secure, more affordable. Please get us out of these foreign engagements. And I think the always wrong, never Trumpers who had unlimited money cost the Democratic Party, which they say they're not even a member, another presidential election.
Van, hang on one second. I'm going to let Sarah Longwell respond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so first of all, thank you for pointing out that I do a lot of focus groups. I do, and they didn't say...
We all do. We just don't publicize them.
They didn't say Kamala Harris was going to win.
Trump.
Okay.
No,
you have stage 5 Trump derangement syndrome.
Yes, I get it. Sure.
No one is figuring out.
Yeah, that's right. I think you guys are bad people who are bad. Yes, are bad for the country. Yes, that's right. Who attacked the Constitution.
Stop.
Donald Trump.
Stop.
Yeah, people.
Stop.
Yes,
No,
that's right.
This is what they do.
So here's the thing: the voters.
Kellyanne, let her.
No. I'm gonna. Because the thing is I actually agree with a number of the things Kellyanne said about the actual voters, which is that, and here's the thing, most of the independent voters, they were double haters, right? They don't love Donald Trump. Most of them hate Donald Trump, actually. But they also, and this is an indictment of the Democrats, okay? Joe Biden should not have run. He was too old, and every voter said it. It was in all of the data that Joe Biden should not be the nominee. He should have been a one-term president who was a bridge and let the party have a primary. That is the only thing that you can retcon at this moment and go back and say what would have been different. Kamala Harris coming in with 100 days left wasn't going to do the trick. And I think that she so exceeded expectations, though, in terms of where the low expectations for her were. She increased her favorables, and that allowed Democrats to sort of go back to something Kevin McCarthy was saying. they were able to make it extremely close in the House. The Republicans are still losing House seats right now. It's going to be like a 3-seat majority. They held on to a lot of places in the Senate where Democratic senators overperformed Kamala Harris. And so Donald Trump didn't have the same coattails. But what was happening? Is it because there's some great, thing about Donald Trump, or were people so angry about inflation, so angry about a lot of COVID? There's still a lot of COVID hangover. They were so angry about immigration. Democrats have no answer, no plan on immigration, and voters really care about it. And so, I think that, and when I say, there's a lot about what voters think that comes from the fact that people lie to them. Right? They were lied to about the 2020 election being stolen. It's interesting to hear Kevin talk about 2020 right now and essentially in the frame that Joe Biden won, because that is not a given in the Republican Party. They lie to people all the time. Donald Trump is a professional liar, and as a result, but they are better at working the media channels. Democrats
so the people are stupid. You're sitting here saying the American people are stupid.
No, I'm saying you guys are better at talking.
I don't know who you guys is. It's like football team.
The Trump campaign. Trump went everywhere.
Ridiculous.
JD Vance went everywhere, right? They went on every podcast. They talked to every person.
I think it was maybe 3 months ago. Independents believe the greatest threat to democracy was Joe Biden getting reelected. And that was independents, not Republican or Democrat. So what you say, you can believe, but that's not what the American public believes.
There's a difference between what the American people think and what's true. Right. So the idea, I don't know why... I don't know what we are, why the defense of Merrick Garland, sure. Donald Trump lied about an election being stolen and then sicked a mob on the Capitol. And it's funny that you roll your eyes at this, Kevin, because you're the one who went down and resurrected him. You want to know what happened just now in the 2024 election? Is we elected the most dangerous, criminal human being, corrupt human being that America has ever elected. And Kevin, you helped him. You're the one who went and got him after.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
And in doing so, you enabled this. And so Joe Biden, the idea that Joe Biden's Justice Department is the problem here, as opposed to Donald Trump, and the fact that he tried to overturn an election and sicked people on the Capitol, is, I don't know if people let you get away with that in rooms all the time, but you should never be allowed to get away with it.
So you do realize President
Jason.
Trump won the popular vote.
We are way off. The entire political class is way off. First of all, digital is a new door knocking. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that. We were laughing our butts off at Donald Trump for suspending his door knocking campaign and letting Charlie Kirk and Elon do a bunch of stuff online. Mm-hmm. We said, these guys are idiots. These guys are stupid. Then you start knocking on these doors. You know what people come to the door with? Their phone in their hand. They're in a 24-hour digital surround.